This is me, squatting 200 kilograms after only 6 months of training. No real reason, no coach, no plan. Just me, a squat rack, vibes, and an addiction to full-fat Coca-Cola. Here's how it happened. It's April 2024. I'm just getting ready for my final university exams this year when I have a wonderful little idea. Man, wouldn't it be funny if I squat 200 kilograms? At this point, I'm 70 kilograms, have a 1 rep max of 120 kilograms, and have the stability of a newborn deer. Spoiler alert, it was not funny. Firstly, the exam studies went horribly. I lost my stupid little mind. That's not important though. First steps. 120 and 130 kilograms, easily done. 140 kilograms was a breeze, and by June, I had already stolen a gym bench and squatted 145 kilograms. I have the gym bench actually. Anyways, I'm making major progress. Lemon squeezy. But then the progress began to slow down a little bit. I hit 150 kilograms by the end of June, but it wasn't until mid-July that I hit 155. However, at this point, I finally broke through my 80 kilograms body weight PR. Calling it PR is crazy. 160 kilograms came 2 weeks later, but 165 kilograms came 3 days after that. It was insane. At this point, I was also around 82 kilograms in body weight, so the bulk was coming along nicely. It wasn't until the very last day of August that I hit 170 kilograms. By September, my knees were filing a restraint order. 6 days after my 170 kilogram squat, I went for 175. It was my first failure. I took it pretty hard. I was about 5 weeks out, and that's when the fear really started to creep in. Maybe I wasn't built for this. Maybe I should have just done cardio instead. But I'm stupid, and stubborn, and stupid. So, 1 week later, I tried again, but this time, I succeeded. Wow, I'm such a powerlifter, I whispered to myself, with the stability of a Tesco shopping cart wheel, or my flatmate when he sees Sabrina Carpenter. This led me to attempting 180 kilograms in the following week. Man, I must have been high off the goof juice because I gave it another go immediately after this. It's safe to say I got thwomp-woggled into the stupid ground. I was filled with rage and piss, but I was like 4.5 weeks out, so I could not allow failure to persist. Another week later, I drank a dense shot of pre-workout that kind of looked like vomit, and then I dribbled my way over to the squat rack. Easily done. I'm not sure why I had a little fight with the barbell, but I won that. 5 days later, I attempted 185 kilograms. Man, I could not afford this. I did not have the time. I was 3 weeks out. At this point, my spine was handing in its resignation. But like any good boss, I told it to get fucked, it's not getting a severance package, and we are continuing to work together. And then, in a brief moment of inspiration, intelligence came to me. Well, I couldn't do 185 kilograms, so I did what any lifter would. I decided to skip it and go for 190 kilograms like 6 days later. This is a lesson well learned, I think. If you can't squat a weight, just squat one you can. I felt godly. I felt unstoppable, except I was very stoppable by stairs and curbs and small hills. Another 6 days later, 1 week out, I went for 195 kilograms. I was destroyed. Physically, mentally, I felt awful, but I pushed through. Pain is temporary, I thought, but the 200 kilogram squat is forever. I was actually a fucking idiot and wrong, but okay. And then the day came. With an army of friends and a chorus of encouragement, I stepped onto that squat rack, under that squat bar, and gave it my best. And I failed. Twice, actually. I felt hopeless, exhausted, just sick of this whole journey. It's been 6 months at this point. So, after pushing myself beyond every conceivable limit for weeks and months on end, I did what any sensible lifter would. Nothing. I did nothing for a week. I couldn't give up now, not this close to the end. On BS Fitness, we do not quit, we just cry harder. So, after an entire week off the gym, I return. I belted up for the first time in my life. My knees were not ready, neither was my spine, but the bar was loaded, and I knew that today would be the day. 25 weeks, 25th of October. I did it. I squatted 200 kilograms. Then I emotionally collapsed. I celebrated with a cry and a 1,000-yard stare. I then waddled home and went to sleep. I couldn't walk properly for a week. I got shin splits, and I started questioning why my hobbies hurt me so much. But I was victorious. So, the big question remains, was it worth it? Absolutely. 100% worth it. Would I do it again? Maybe. But smarter, and with better shoes, and with more time, and with a therapist. Overall, I think that this perfectly encapsulates what this channel is supposed to be. BS Fitness. It's not about being perfect. It's about trying everything you say you're gonna do, even if it breaks you a little. It's about doing dumb shit with full commitment. The 200 kilogram squat arc was messy and painful and borderline idiotic, but it was mine. And now, it's yours too. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Subscribe to see what happens when I get my next stupid idea. I've got a few cooking in the cranium. Comment your squat PR, or maybe your worst gym injury. I want to feel seen. And, as always, have a wonderful day.